Hey guys, and welcome to a new video about Legend of Mushroom. I'm finally back from my holidays and we're gonna look into some new things that came out and into the new event, the Tower Epoch. First we have here the spinner with a new mount and a back accessory. Then we have here some tasks you can do for some rewards here. Then we have here the battle pass, where you can also get souls sigils, which you can use in the divining path. Then we have the underground supply. You can buy each of those once and you have a certain chance to get something here. Then we have the tower ranking here. And then we're gonna look into the new back accessory and the new mount. We have here the Titan's Hold. You get global death 10%, and every 10 basic attack hits triggers a combo punch dealing 1000% AoE skill damage and 200% current combo AoE damage can be crit, and reducing target's attack by 4% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. And every 30 basic attacks or combo hits taken triggers a counter punch dealing 1000% AoE skill damage and 200% current counter AoE damage can be crit and gain a shield equal to 3.2% max HP for 2 seconds. And I don't think that it's that strong because you deal in this one here combo damage, and in the one below you deal counter damage, and there is no class where you play counter damage and combo damage, so I don't think that it's that strong and I wouldn't use it. If you have something better, then we have the new mount you get in the event here, the speed of death. Get 10% global HP, it gains 20% evasion, activates speed up mode at the start of battle. Every 1 evasion, 8 basic attacks, 8 combos, 8 counters, or 2 active skills used increases movement speed by 8% until the burst ends. After movement speed reaches 200% of its initial value, activates charged mode, increases damage res by 9% for 5 seconds. After charge mode ends, activates burst mode, cleans and becomes immune to control effects, recovers 12% of lost HP per second, and increases damage res by 12%, attack depth, attack speed, energy regen speed, and pole attack speed by 32% for 5 seconds, returns to speed up mode after the burst mode ends. I think that it's a good one for a martial sage or a prophet build if you don't have the shuttle. In my opinion, the shuttle is still better, and also from what I've heard, they think that the shuttle is still better, but if you don't have the shuttle, that's in my opinion definitely the second best you can use. And the first buff you get here with the speed, the movement speed isn't that useful in a battle, except you can counter the back accessory here with the movement speed, the Frostland Spectre, because with the reducing of the target's movement speed you get some buffs and you can counter it with that, so that's definitely a strong one you can have. Then for the merchant, there were added some new things here which you can buy: gold, magic lamps, speed up coupons, skill draw tickets, pole draw tickets, magic lamp key, diamond key, chrono key, guardian key, and runestone essences. I would just focus on the magic lamp key, diamond key, chrono key, and guardian key, and if you want or if you need the runestone essences, you also can buy those. I don't think the other ones are worth it because at some point you will run out of those coins, and I would just focus on all the key you want to have, or if you just need one specific, just go for that one, and that gives you the most profit you can get there. Then for the divining path, we have here the life path, world path, and universe path, and you can unlock them if you have the sensed here all of 5 of them in all of those, and then I can get to this one. You have here the presets. You have 3 plans you can use, but I would just go for one path in the beginning until you have the perfect one. Then in the life path you can sense 5 times, and in each of those 5 seconds you can sense again 3 times. You can have 3 buffs here, and you want just to focus on one of them. And for a detailed video I will do one later, but I will just go over it quickly now. I would go, if you play a region build, you want to have either global HB Counter-Strike or global HB and something like attack or defense if you are a mage. And then the Counter-Strike global HP is for martial stage. If you are a Warbringer, I would play the crit rate Counter-Strike. For archers, combo crit rate. And it doesn't matter if you get more than 100 crit rate or Counter-Strike, because the enemies have ignore Counter-Strike, which reduces your Counter-Strike, and because of that you also want to have more than 100%. And for the different PAL classes, you want to have the PAL crit and PAL combo. And if you play a PAL region class, then you may want to have the global HB here. Then for the world path, here you have the special effects here. For a Warbringer, you want to have as main Pierce, and as second one, ignore block, but you always want to prefer the Pierce. Then for Archer, I would do the same. You want your main Pierce, and as second option, ignore block. Or maybe if you want to have a build against a Warbringer, then you want to use, instead of ignore block, ignore Pierce. And for a tanky class, you want to use the block here, and you just want to focus on the block. And as second one, you want to have the ignore Pierce. And then for the PAL classes, I would go either in a region class for the block, or if you play a damage one, then for Paul's Inspire, and the second one, ignore block. And if you build against Paul classes, then you would need the Paul res and ignore Paul res and ignore Paul Spire, but I think they are completely useless at the moment because so less player play the Paul classes that it's not worth it, and they aren't that strong to build an extra set, and I wouldn't build an extra set in the world path because you have limited resources at the moment. So you want to focus on the other classes there. I think that's better for you, and that will bring you further. And I also would put in here auto intercept so that you don't miss on different rarities. Maybe at the beginning you want to have a green one, and if all of them are green, then you want to go to blue and so on. And at the moment I use the purple one because I have here Pierce in purple, again here Pierce in purple, and ignore block as my second option, and here a yellow Pierce. And later on I need to fix this one. I have not the right things I want to have. I have crit rate, that's good, but the yellow ones are not the ones I want to have. I want to have here the Counter Strike and crit rate. And I think that was pretty much everything. I hope this video helps you, and a new gift code is also cool. And if you want to support me, leave a like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.